All right, hello everybody. I am back with another video. This video is more like about a personal decision that I've made, and it's about celibacy, uh, broken men. I I think I mentioned before I'm not a young woman. I'm not going to tell my age because it's really not a big deal. You really can't determine nothing off that. I'm an adult. I'm grown. Trust me, I'm grown. Um, with everything I've been through and everything I've come out of, Lord knows I am grown. Okay, but oh, good morning to you guys. I am finally cleaned my window. I cleaned my windows, guys. You see this? I have to do the rest. I'm on my way downtown Jacksonville. I have to go pick somebody up, and I figure I'll make a video. It's good timing, or whatever. But yeah, I've made a decision to be celibate. I'm like a year new out of a 10-year relationship, and I've decided to remain single. Now, not because I'm bitter, not because I don't think anybody would want me, or anything like that. Options are thin. Nothing like that. It's really because it's really, really unfortunate that I don't have patience like I used to. And I enjoy my peace and my company. You know, my first relationship, I was young. And I had a lot of patience for that relationship. That relationship, the person that I was with at the time, may the Lord rest his soul. He's passed on now. But I would say the things that I kind of went through with that person, I would definitely not tolerate today. Okay. My second relationship with my son's father, would not tolerate anything he put me through today. My husband, when I got married, would not tolerate anything that he put me through in the past. And my 10-year relationship that I just got up, I would not tolerate. Let me tell you something. I tolerated so much from these men because for different reasons, okay? First, I believe being young, just having patience. You know, I feel like I'm not going to say that all young people are patient, you know. Not even I just tolerated a lot of things, and it didn't feel too much like stress, okay? My son's father put me through so much, okay? I stayed with him for a significant amount of years, and the things that he put me through, there's no way I would tolerate those things today. I wouldn't have patience for those things. First red flag today, I would be gone, okay? And then my husband, same thing. First red flag, I don't even think the condition that I met my husband in. If I met someone or didn't have a chance to redo it again, with the wisdom, the knowledge, and the low tolerance that I have now, I wouldn't even call them back. I wouldn't even call them. I wouldn't have we wouldn't even went past, you know, hey, how you doing? You know, like seriously, I wouldn't even call them. So, and then the one that I'm just broke up with almost close to about 11 months ago, so you can say a year, most definitely would not have, you know. And really, you know, I'm just sharing my opinion. I could be wrong, and maybe it's my truth. It doesn't have to be true for anybody else. And I could say so many things, one of the things I would say, there's not enough people who honor the Most High. They don't implement the Most High in their relationship. So they have no standards. They have nothing. If I always was a firm believer, if you don't have the Most High in your relationship, it's just gonna fail. It's going to fail. I see them all the time. You know, even with celebrities, I'll see a person, celebrities get together, and they'll say, "Oh, so and so is together now," and I'll look and I go, "It's not gonna last." And then I'll put it in the comment section, and then people, you know, "Oh, you're hating, da 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 da." No, because these people, or this particular two people don't have God in their lives, and so it's not going to work. You know, there are a lot of some people, even people who are not celebrities, money is their God. So if money is your God's materialistic matters is what you worship, your relationship is just not going to work. Okay, so that's one. Number two, at my age, men I come across, they're broken. They're not going to change. They're broken. Okay? Now, if someone's listening to this, they may say, "Oh, well, you know, people can change." Yeah, people can change when they're ready to. Okay? Yes, the Most High can help you change, but you have to meet Him halfway. These men are so broken. They don't even want to go to the Most High. They don't want to have a relationship with Him. They don't want God to fix it. I've seen men who would rather dwell in their misery, okay, than to fix themselves. Okay, they are so broken. You know, men who are battling drug problems, men who are battling some sort of addiction. It could be sex addiction. Okay, these men who have been divorced 1, 2, 3 times, and they're still hung up over the past relationship and what the last woman did, or still in love with somebody that they screwed over years ago, and I can't have her back. So these men are broken. So you can't even get into a relationship with these men and have their full attention because they're still broken over the past. You know, past relationships, past women. Okay, so that's another thing. All right, these men are broken to the point where they don't want to better themselves. Like I said, they just want to dwell in their misery, feel sorry for themselves. They're not even really trying to see the brighter side of the situation. Okay, they're not trying to help themselves. They're just helping themselves enough just to get by each and every day, but they're really not trying to truly motivate themselves. Okay, they're still broken from the past. The kids, they have children, and they weren't good dads, or they were too much of a good dad, or they don't. It's just some sort of hang up. And I'm not saying that women don't go through this. What I'm saying is, I'm speaking from a woman's perspective. You know, I could talk about the women too, because the women ain't perfect. I'm just saying. I'm just speaking from, you know, a woman's perspective as far as my personal decision. This is just my video, you know. But another reason why I don't want to get in a relationship, I'd rather be celibate, because men, they're not going to be loyal. Now, are there loyal men out there? I believe there are. Okay, I've just never experienced one. Okay, most men that I've seen, and I'm not saying all. Okay, just remember that, because people get so like highly offended. People are ready to argue. A lot of men that, you know, I see with women and minds that I've dealt with in the past, they're not loyal. They're not loyal. They're not loyal. Okay, they're not loyal. They're not honest. Okay, those and you know, to me, that those are big things. And communication too, but I've dealt with more of the disloyalty, the dishonesty, more than anything else. Okay, and the women don't help, because, you know, everybody, you know, you have women out here, they just don't care if that man has a woman, as long as she's getting this attention, money, or whatever. that woman is willing to lay down with your man. So, and to be a part of the decay of your relationship. So out here, you really don't have a win. Like I said, but if that man don't have the Most High in his life, if that's having the Most High in your life is having a foundation. If that man don't have that, he doesn't have a foundation. He's just a wandering man. He's just wandering in this world, and he's putting everything at risk: your health, your heart. Okay, even himself. You know, you can break your own heart now. You know, so it is. You know, these women don't help, and you know, a lot of women these days don't have respect for themselves. These women, they don't have respect for themselves. They don't have respect for other people's relationships. So it's easy for a man to be disloyal, cheat on you, and have another woman on the side because these women just don't care. Okay, so that's one thing. I just don't have the tolerance. Also, I spent years just in relationships. I feel like I've lost myself in those relationships. I feel like I've never really truly lived my life between being a single mother and being in relationships. I feel like I've never truly lived my life. I never truly figured out what I wanted, what I needed as a woman, what I deserved, things that made me happy, okay? And I feel like the time is now. With knowing all these things and with the wisdom that I have now, I'm moving forward and I'm taking my wisdom with me. You know, I'm not this time moving forward without using the wisdom or without wisdom, because, you know, when I moved forward from other relationships in the past, there was a lot of things that I just didn't know, and there was things that I learned that I just didn't utilize, but not this time around, okay? Not this time around at all. For the rest of my life, I want to have the rest of my life to myself. I feel like I've dedicated so much of my life, not just to relationships, but to not just to personal relationships, but to, I mean, you know, intimate relationships, but relationships like with my son. I gave so much of myself energetically to my son. I've gave so much energetically to my relationships. I've given financially to a family and given my ear, my emotions to family members. And you know, crazy thing is, I've never gotten anything back. You know, as much as energy I have put out into the world to others, as much as I have given to others, I've never gotten back. Okay, all my rewards came from above. You know, all my help came from above. Okay, so the same people that I've given to, they had never. I poured into their cups repeatedly. While my cup was being replenished from the Most High, I was still pouring into other people, but people were not pouring into me. And those days are over. So I just don't have tolerance for people's foolishness. If I see foolishness, we're not even gonna at all. I'm not into I just need to see one red flag. I don't need to see 2 and 3 and 4. It's not going to take me months. It's not going to take me weeks. It's just going to take me a couple of days. I just don't give people chances like that. It's unnecessary. It doesn't make sense. So for me, I just, no. And there's no negotiating my happiness anymore. I've done that. I feel like I've been there and done that, man, so many times on so many different levels with so many different types of relationships and people and stuff like that, where I just won't do it these days, you know. And I have a vision for myself, and I want to be able to execute that vision, hopefully for the help of the heavens, that I will be able to execute that vision for myself. And I'm just not going to let anything interrupt my peace and happiness that I even have right now. You know, there's some things that need to be taken care of in my life at this very moment that is I haven't been able to execute, but I'm working on things, you know, and but for the most part, I do have my peace. I have my peace. I'm not totally comfortable, but I do have peace, and I'm not letting man, woman, child, family member, um, not a soul disrupt my peace ever again in life. You hear me? So that means that I would rather be celibate. I'm not, and I've never been really a highly sexual person. I've never had a high sex drive. It has nothing to do with this and that. You know, people say you just haven't had the, you know, men say you just haven't had the right. No, it's not that. I've just never been a highly sexual person. I forget what they call people like me, but I'm more um, motivated by stimulation, like mental stimulation, you know, emotional stimulation. You know, sexual is like, it's just, you know. So I don't need it anyway. If I can't get the emotional stimulation that I need from a man, the intellectual stimulation that I need from a man, and I can see that a man can stand on his own, I'm not going to be stimulated in that area. So it's no need for me to waste my time. And like I said, it's just not worth it. You know, the condition of people is different today. You know, back in the day when I was growing up, um, I was able to see relationships last. Like people really care about each other. People really truly loved each other, respected each other, and so forth. I don't even see too much of that right now. Okay. Um, like I said, people are so quick to cheat, be disloyal, and things of that nature. And so it's a big turnoff. And people are not going to change. I really feel like humans are going to get worse before they can get better. I really truly believe in my heart that humans are going to get worse. The men are going to get worse. The women are going to get worse. And I'm staying out of it. Okay? I'm staying out of it. On top of that, I've never had an STD in my life. Never. Not one. And I don't plan on getting one. And the way people are out here in this world, the way they're behaving, you know, I don't think so. So anyway, that was just like my little daily rant on that. Hopefully I'll be able to post it. A lot of times before I post my videos, I listen to them first. And if they don't really sound good, I don't post them. So I've made way more videos than what I posted. And like I said, if I don't like how they sound, then I just won't post them. But anyway, until the next video, I would say have a great day. And until next time, I'll see you again. Bye.